Okay, welcome again to our Marketplace Influencer Weekly. We live in a very unique time right now, very unique, and we have to respond uniquely also because of the situation. And we have a very unique guest for today because he's the best-selling author of unique books. I've read four of his books already. The unique, the standard unique, yung pinakauna niya, unique for the youth, unique about relationships. Yun he co-wrote with his wife, Ati Catherine. Also determined. I read determined also. And I've learned a lot from him when I was reading the books, and especially I realized importante din magbasa right now, especially the time that we have right now at our disposal. Sobrang available na. Hindi ko lang na-realize na parang yung unang adjustment ko, paano ko gagamitin yung oras talaga. Gagamitin yung oras. But at the same time, we're gonna talk about his book, Unique. At least we get a snapshot of what's all about. Kasi I get to hear consistently from the people I talk to, sobrang hirap sila in this unique situation kasi parang biglang hindi na alam na kala nila mas madali ang buhay from home. Nag-cross boundaries ang work, nag-cross boundaries ang family, and it's a very crazy time kasi in the middle of the work, nagbabantay ng bata, parang ganun yung mga na hindi na ma-expect na nagbago na. So, nagbago na. So, for our guest today is a very unique person also. Very unique. Actually, kung napagkamalan yung stand-up comedian before, he's really a motivation speaker. He's really funny, basically. Naman. And without further ado, the very unique person, Mr. Jayson Lo.
Hello, Tommy. Thank you for having me. And thank you for that wonderful introduction. Kitang-kita nila na magkaibigan tayo. Tama yung sabi mo, no, na right now it's kumbaga nagulo lahat. And you know the saying that we live in a VUCA world. It's completely volatile, unambiguous, and all these that's happening. Pero ito nakakatawa, Tommy, kasi I recently had a speaking engagement. Halos magsabay siya in 1 week. Yung isang problema ng company is work from home na sila. So nagkukulang sila ng contact, relationships with people. Yung isa naman, ang problema nila is they are required to go to the office kahit na merong pandemic. So hindi pa rin sila nag-work from home. The funny thing is, magkaiba yung sitwasyon nila pero problema pa rin. In other words, tayo pinoproblema natin lahat. Kaya kahit anong situation, we have to learn to adjust our perspective, our thinking, and adjust to the people around us, our surroundings, para kapag nagawa natin yun, we'll make the best of what we have and the opportunities presented to us.
Siguro thank you for sharing that. Just in case you're curious about what VUCA is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. It's a very popular word. Di ko alam kung popular na sa atin, pero nung na-encounter ko, okay, yung pala yung VUCA. Alam ko ng VUCA na yan. So, siguro yung ask ko lang, kasi you wrote a book, Unique. So it helped me also, kasi ang parang tagline mo is, if I get to remember, it's understanding, the best way to understand yourself is to understand others also. Especially in itong mga panahon na to, nagbago yung situation, you discover new things about people. You start discovering new things about people kasi iba na na parang nagbabago. Was there a way that you discover, how did you apply the same unique also in this situation, especially sa situation nyo, especially in your situation, maybe not just at home, probably at work. How did you apply it also? Kasi with all these changes, especially parang, how would you share your experiences on it?
For those of you who are not yet familiar with YOUnique, no? Meron kasi tayong 4 na personality types. And yun yung behavioral styles natin, our tendencies. So, kunyari, merong conflict, kung ano yung type mo, personality type among the four, yun yung magiging reaction natin. Kaya, very important for us to first understand who we are. And as we understand who we are, we will also learn not to compare ourselves with others. So, do you want me to share about the four, Tommy?
Ito lang, light lang, para pilito
Yeah.
sila magbasa.
So yung apat, it's the acronym is DISC. It's a study by William Marston in the 1920s, and I contextualized it for our setting. So that's the dominant, influential, steady, and corrective. The animals that I used, which are popular here in the Philippines, would be the eagle, the Philippine eagle. So that's the dominant eagle, and then the influential rooster, the steady carabao, which is the national animal of the Philippines, and then the corrective tarsier. So the dominant eagles are the ones who are aggressive. Their weakness is that they are dominant. Yun ang strength, yun ang weakness. Nagiging insensitive sila to people around them. Nakakalimutan nilang may feelings yung mga tao. But they love challenges. They love to get things done. Those are part of their strengths. Yung influential naman are the happy-go-lucky, the adventurous, the people persons. Weakness is that they're forgetful, they are not good with details, and they get easily distracted. The steady carabaos are the ones who are consistent. They're good counselors, the best listeners. Weakness is they hate confrontation and they have difficulty making decisions, especially major ones. For the corrective tarsier, yan naman yung mga analytical. And yun ang strength nila. They love numbers, statistics. Weakness is analysis paralysis. Nakaka-analyze na pa-paralyze and they can come off as a little bit pessimistic, especially when they convey their message. So among the four, that's the challenge. Let's say, dominant ka, meron kang certain strengths you can use and you will be facing challenges, especially in this pandemic. I'll give you an example, the influential rooster. Yung influential rooster kasi mahilig sila sa tao eh. So pag hindi sila nakakakita ng tao, nahirapan sila. Etong pandemic, syempre we're limited, we're isolated, kahit may Zoom, iba pa din yung face-to-face. My daughter is actually influential rooster. And it's funny, no? I'm a bit sore ngayon yung boses ko kasi kaka-speak ko lang kanina ng almost 3 hours to soldiers and mga police. I had a talk. Yung topic ko doon is about finance. Building foundations on finance. Yung determined ko na book. Right after this, mamaya, ilalabas namin yung daughter ko. She's only 11, so we'll just drive around kasi umiiyak siya. Nahirapan na siya dahil she's high influential. She needs to go out. She needs a different environment. So, yes, last night, biglang umiyak. Tapos kanina umiiyak din. So, sabi ng wife ko, labas muna natin para hindi maano. Ganun yung mga tendencies na we have to watch out for.
Thank you for sharing that. Actually, now that you mention it, kasi biglang when you mentioned about influential rooster, naisip ko din yung mga kilala ko. Parang talagang because of this situation, sobrang nahirapan talaga. Sanay ka sa tao eh, sanay ka na may crowd, sanay ka na you're the party. Biglang nawala yung crowd eh. Parang sobrang nahirapan. I saw how they became depressed because of it. Yun yung nakita ko din. So, siguro yung kasi nakita ko na you write books, you wrote so many books. Siguro, I want maybe a backstory. What led you to really write those books or what motivated you? Kasi inisip ko din naman, hindi naman madali magsulat ng libro, tapos hindi naman ka-lucrative unlike sa abroad yung libro. Pero what really encouraged you just to keep writing?
Well, isa rin yan sa sa goals ko to help mga speakers. I have a program to teach speakers how to become a professional speaker. In other words, how you can get clients and make a good living out of it. Yung books, tama ka, no? It's not, kumbaga, many many authors, well, hindi lang naman dito, pati abroad, maraming mga nahirapan to market their books. But that's something that I teach also. I want to empower others. I get messages almost every week. Yung mga gusto magsulat ng libro, how do they market it? Ito, 2 days ago lang, I received another message. Magsusulat siya about mental health daw. So sabi ko, it's better for you to write something na more inspirational rather than mental health. Gawin mo na lang yung mental health as part of the chapter. Kasi kung mental health yan, malilimit yung market mo. So it can be lucrative if you know how to market it. And probably that's one reason, no, why one of the callings I have in life is to help others to find their voice. And if you have a gift that you want to share, a talent, then why not do it? Pursue your passion and earn from your passion. Make a good living out of it. Sa akin, yung book ko, yung sinulat ko siya, medyo it was unexpected because my first YOUnique book, it took me 11 years to write that. 11 years. By the way, sa speaking, ganun din. I've been speaking for 22 years na. But professionally, 9 years. 9 years professionally. It means that I've been speaking for a long time and all of them are for free. It took more than 10 years before someone paid me for a speaking engagement. So, kung magsusulat kayo ng libro, una, huwag niyong gagawin para kumita. Gawin niyo kasi you know it will help people. And yung kita, it will be a bonus. Tapos, yung earning from it, kasi if people find the value in it, it will spread. But never do anything for the wrong reasons. But of course, there are strategies to write a book, how to market it. Aralin din natin yan para may market tayo. Parang negosyo, Tommy. Kumbaga, ako kasi, dami ko mga negosyo na nag-fail eh. And babalikan ko, ang reason kaya siya nag-fail is because I did those businesses for the wrong reasons. So never ever start anything for the wrong reason. Not for fame. I want to write a book para maging famous ako or para makilala ako or para makita ng tao na magaling ako. That's not a good reason enough. And find that and find your uniqueness. Ano ba yung gift? Ano ba yung message na gusto mong i-share sa mga tao? So that's how I started.
Thank you for sharing that. Actually, I was reminded about what Jack Ma said. Kasi pang sakto sa sinabi mo na you've been speaking for 20 years, but you've been speaking professionally for 9 years. Tama? Yan.
Yes.
So, I remember he said about the feeling of success comes on the 10th year. And the way he mentioned it, it's just a feeling of success pa lang yan. So, it's not really success. So, nakita ko na parang people have this notion na mabilisan. Hindi pala ganun kabilis. Tapos yung, naalala ko, I was encouraged by it also because with this season, sabihin natin hindi libro, maraming pumapasok sa YouTube, TikTok, parang with the mindset of monetizing it. Nakita ko pati Kumu, Seiko, lahat ng pwedeng pasukan. Pero na-realize ko is the same principle apply. But I realized, like what you said, like negosyo, nag-a-apply din doon. Nag-a-apply din. Kasi yung isa sa mga naging blessing sa akin recently, I also do my own podcast. Pero I was not doing it for subscribers or for other reasons. I just want to try it out if it fits me. And I got an email recently from a pod status just to inform me na the podcast that I did ranked number 17 in Uganda. Sabi ko, sila ang pwedeng lugar Uganda. Sabi ko, nakikinig sa Uganda. Sabi ko, pero it encouraged me na at least I get to see na what I can do for this season also. Thank you for sharing your experience. Then you've been trying it. Siguro yung how about yung especially uniquely in love, yung sa book na sa Love. Especially right now, I get to hear sad stories, messages. I've been receiving messages, inbox messages about na nagloko yung partner, nagloko yung asawa. There's so much conflicts within the family. But siguro ano yung mga nakatulong sa inyo, sa family niyo, or sa marriage mo at sa family mo, using the unique principles that help you talaga to make a healthy family. Kasi ang daming hindi okay right now about family eh. Parang kala mo lumusog yung family because they're at home, pero lalong lumala. Parang nakikita pa lang lalo yung hindi na nakikita dati yung wala sa bahay.
Yeah. Well, it's counterintuitive, no, na we're thinking we're having problems because there's a pandemic. I mean, of course, there are problems that we are facing that we don't have any control over, and those are very real and concrete problems. Pero yung pagdating sa nagiging hoarse ang aking boses, no? Non-stop. Last night naman, I had a session for 2.5 hours. Tapos kami 10:30 na. So, just like that, parang galing lang ni God. Kahit may pandemic, dire-diretso pa din yung work natin kasi si God naman yung ating source eh. And, kumbaga, kahit na namimiss ko yung mga live events, syempre, Tommy, nagkaroon ako ng talk, I think January or February, na live, first time for almost a year because of the pandemic. Yung opening ko sa kanila, sabi ko sa kanila, it was held in Batangas in a resort. Sabi ko, everyone, palakpakan nyo ako ng malakas. Di tawanan sila, palakpak sila. Game naman, woo! Sabi ko, tagal ko na hindi nakakarinig ng tao. See, it was great. But you see, now, may mga advantages rin eh. Yung, kunyari, may nag-invite sa akin, ang bilis. You have a client, ang bilis kasi wala nang travel time. You can accept more. Unlike before, kung provincial yan, hindi ka na pwedeng mag-accept. Parang itong Saturday, may nag-message sa akin kung pwede daw ako ng afternoon. Yes, I can kasi wala nang travel time. Although morning, may schedule ako. Bubuksan ko lang yung laptop, lilipat lang ako ng Zoom. So, kailangan makita natin kung ano yung meron tayo, yung blessings. Kasi, it actually magnifies where we are before the pandemic. So, in other words, kung hindi kayo okay mag-asawa, hindi nyo masyadong pinapansin, hindi nyo pinag-uusapan dahil nasa work ka, si Mrs. naman takes care of the household, ganon. May problema na kayo. Hindi nyo lang nakikita. Ngayon, nandun na kayo sa house together, lalong na-magnify yung problema natin. So, kunyari, hindi ka masaya ngayon, if you think that you become successful, you reach your goal, magiging masaya ako. Kanina tinanong ko sila magkano yung amount na feeling nyo meron kayo para you feel you're wealthy. Iba-iba yung amount, 1 million, 2 million, 5 million. Pero kung hindi ka masaya ngayon, tapos na-earn mo yung 5 million, pag na-earn mo na yung 5 million, hindi ka pa rin magiging masaya. So it is a decision, and it is, of course, our relationship with God who can give us that joy. So with the couples here, unang-una, yung love natin kay God. Kasi if we're not okay with our wife, if we're not okay with some of our relationships, you have to ask yourself this question, am I okay with God? Chances are your relationship with God is not okay. That's why you're having problems with your relationship with your wife. Pangalawa, you check yung current standing ninyo. Kasi, Tommy, ang laging na pag-aawayan mag-asawa is, una, communication. Pangalawa, money. Pangatlo, sex. Okay, sa mga married. And if you are having money problems, definitely you will have marriage problems. Ano yung mga causes ng money problems natin? And yung pangatlo, I feel, yun na pumapasok yung binabanggit mo kanina na unique yung personalities. Na nagka-clash dahil opposite yung personality. Si dominant, gusto mag-dominate. Si Steady naman, ayaw niya ng away. So, kailangan lang natin maintindihan yung ating partner. I had a talk 2 weeks ago for a school in Iloilo. Parenting siya. Ayoko masyado mag-speak sa parenting eh. Kasi my daughters are only 13 and 11. Although when I teach parenting, it's more on principles and I talk about my children. Unless kung medyo mas tumanda na sila. But this school kasi is a good friend. So sabi ko sa kanila, if you forget everything that I will teach you today, just remember this. Be a student of your child. Do not just teach your child, be a student of your child. Learn about them. Learn why they think that way, why they relate to you that way. So I guess pag sa spouse natin, yun din eh. Be a student of your spouse. Kilalanin natin talaga sila. Question, may relationship ba kayo ng spouse mo talaga? Or are you just roommates? So, yeah, I think that's one whole seminar no? Sa daming concerns na kailangan address.
Yun nga, it's really, kasi lagi na-receive ako ng ganong message. Say ko, paano ko sasagutin mga ganito? Basically kasi,
single ka pa kasi.
Alam ko na sasagutin ko dyan. Say ko, maganda na ibang sumagot dito. Ibang sumagot dito. But you were able to answer. Probably the common problems are communication, money, and for the married couples, it's sex. So, yun yung na-discussion din. Tapos na-discussion din, posible, maybe in the old normal, they were so busy with work. When they come home, pagod na, yun na yun, roommate, baka roommate. Tapos yung nag-work from home na, madalas na nagkikita, napupunan na lahat ng mga bagay, napupunan na. So you're telling it's understanding is from roommate to, do you have that relationship?
Office mate.
Naging office mate. Naging office mate na. So thank you for sharing that. At least it's a basic din relationship with God. Then it's about the relationship also. Kasi yun, isa sa mga natutunan ko sa YOUnique, probably the favorite learning I got is from the youth, which is the applied chameleon. And that's probably my most favorite learning kasi for a while, iba-iba din mga naging kasama ko sa condo eh. Right now, I'm alone again. So, yung old normal, I fail to understand. So, nadadaan ko sa sungit ng ganon. But because of the pandemic, what God impressed upon me, try to understand. So, talagang a-adjust ka talaga. Adjust. Yun yung isang natin ko sa applied chameleon eh. Even though this is my personality, why not try to shift to another personality just to help to understand. So because of that also during this pandemic, tagang na-miss ako, wala kaming away eh. Tagang it really there's harmony, nakita ko din na yun yung minsan talaga yung mga simple things like this, siguro yung maybe before baka head knowledge lang. No, it's more for me, it's applying na lang. It's trying to understand people more. So siguro lang, before we end, at least nasagot mo na yung mga tanong din eh. At least nato ako din sa sinabi mo sa influential rooster eh. Talagang kailangan talaga nilang tao eh. Kaya kahit kumakalat yung COVID, they are willing to take that risk to go out pa rin. That's how far they are willing to go. Siguro yung advice mo na lang for this season, especially imagine bare months na eh. Pa-Christmas na ulit. How do we can make most of this season right now that especially how do we apply it also? Kasi isang nakita ko sa social media, medyo umiiwas na ulit ako. Kasi ko, iingay na ulit ang politics. Kasi ko, wow, dadami ulit yung away. Kasi ko, sinabi ko nga sa Lasal, sa mga students sa Lasal, if you are not in Facebook, better stay out of Facebook. Sinabi ko na lang, hindi makakatulong din. Kasi puro political ads na ulit nakakita ko eh. So during this season, what's your advice for the working class or the family, what
Yeah.
should be done at home. Yung mga simple advice lang.
Well, this is a time for self-discovery because days are quickly going by. Ano pala, days are long but years are fast. I heard that from a friend. Yung days parang ang tagal-tagal dahil may pandemic, di ba? Parang antay ka. Pero yung years biglang, wow, nagpakita na ulit si Jose Marichan. Magto 2 years na tayong nasa pandemic. Saan napunta yung 2 years? Di ba? Yun yung iniisip natin. Pero sometimes it's like long when you're waiting for an opportunity, waiting for when this pandemic would end. Make the best of this season. Make the best of this season. Tama yung sabi mo, no? Ito yung time na makakapagbasa tayo ng mga libro. Tapos ito yung time na we can get to connect to people. Remember, napaka-importante nung connection. That's why I hate the word social distancing. Hindi dapat social distancing yung term na ginamit. Dapat physical distancing. Kasi ito yung time na kailangan natin maging social eh. Remember, yung perspective natin, napaka-importante. There were 2 prisoners locked in a dungeon. One saw the stars while the other saw the bars. Same scenario, different perspective. Yung mga kapatid ko were 5. I'm the youngest. 4 boys. My brothers, I have never, in 40 plus years, I've never spoken to them ng more than 20 minutes sa phone. Or 10 minutes pa nga yata eh. Never. First time ko nakausap yung isang brother ko, 2 hours. Did it happen once? It happened twice. Yung isang brother ko naman, 1.5 hours. Yung nephew ko, never ko pa nakausap ng more than 5 minutes. Nakausap ko ng 1.5 hours. Tapos medyo emotional siya doon. Nag-share siya kasi yung business niya that time naapektuhan. So, be social. Connect with friends. Connect with people. Yung mga tao na naapektuhan, let's say, ng pandemic. Doon mo makikita kung meron silang close bonds eh. And yung close bonds natin, yung ginagawa mo ngayon, Tommy, na nagsa-small group kayo, importante niya, lahat tayo kailangan natin. Ito, tandaan nyo, lahat tayo dito, magkakaroon tayo ng problema. Lahat tayo. There's a statistic, yung kaninang talk was finance, 78% of us will have a major financial challenge in the next 10 years. 78% of us. Dadating yung problema. Highs and lows dadating yan. Lahat tayo dito, 100% at one point, mamamatayan tayo ng loved one. It's inevitable. Mangyayari siya. Ano pa yung mga ibang challenges and problems? Question, pag nangyari yan, do you have the people around you na you know are really your friends? I have friends na who are like family, who can stand with you, who can be there for you. So, my advice is know your priorities, our connection with God. That's one. The first, napaka-importante lahat ng yan. Yung really taking time to listen to His voice by reading the Word of God. Let it inculcate you. You inculcate it and you saturate yourself in that word. The scripture I'm meditating on right now is yung contentment. Yung contentment with God. yung contentment and godly gain. So it's really powerful. So I'm learning more on how I can have that in my life. Tapos yung second would be family. Godliness with contentment is great gain. Nalobat ako eh. Ayan. I think it's first Timothy 6:6. Godliness with contentment. Sabi ko, paano ba ako magiging more connected kay God, yung godliness? Kasi kahit ano mangyari eh. lahat naman tayo may problema, lahat tayo may mga weaknesses. Isang weakness ko is I love shoes. Pero proud ako ha. More than 1 year na akong hindi bumibili ng shoes. Kasi walang paggagamitan. Ay, hindi ako bibili kahit anong mangyari. Kahit may sale, kahit anong mangyari. So, yung contentment. And then family. Second would be the family. And then third, give excellence sa work ninyo. Yung mga ibang nagre-reklamo sa work, ay, magbi-business ako, pinapayaman ko lang yung boss ko, ganyan. Ito sasabihin ko sa inyo, pag kayo nag-start na kayo ng business, magkakaroon kayo ng problema sa business, mas malaki pang problema kaysa dun sa boss nyo. So kung ngayon pa lang di mo na kayang i-manage yan, pag nag-business ka na, mahihirapan ka. You would want to quit. So love your work, try to love your boss, give it your best, and then join the small groups. Like what Tommy is sharing. It's crucial, it's important. Pag wala yan, kumbaga, hindi natin may enjoy yung life to the fullest walking with people who will journey with us. So I guess that would be my advice. Know your priorities. God, family, your work, business, or studies, and then yan, yung mga groups that you can be part of.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. And isang tanong ko, know your priorities, like in your case about your relationship with God, yung contentment, your family. Tapos yung isang nagustuhan ko sa mo, self-discovery. And pang kahit sabihin mong tumatagal na, day 500 plus of this pandemic, after binibilang ko na sa 500 plus. Kasi yun, napaisip din ako sa mga tao last year, mga optimistic na tao last year, sabi na, hindi, pag September na, back to normal. September 2021 na. Okay na. Ito na yung sitwasyon natin. And I guess I realized yung tumatak sa akin self-discovery with all the changes that's happening, like what you shared about finances, death of a loved one. I've seen some people really changing. They change it. Yung in-expect ko na loko-loko bilang tumino. Ilang isip ko, anong nangyari? Doon ko nakita ko na it's a self-discovery. I guess that's why yan isang nakita ko dun sa YOUnique is probably it's understanding us also, but also understanding other people also. Yun yung I'm still trying to learn that aspect na talagang intindihin ko bakit ganun siya mag-isip, bakit gusto niya ng attention, ano ba yung hanap niya, bakit controlling siya. It's like ko intindihin right now And that's why if you get to I strongly recommend the books YOUnique. There are 3 versions of it. The original YOUnique, the YOUnique for youth. Pero maganda rin YOUnique for youth kasi medyo bata naman tayo mag-isip That's why I strongly recommend the YOUnique for
bata
youth.
Isip.
Dahil pa Christmas na, yung on relationship, pwede na rin kasi pa Christmas na, syempre, di ba, parang ayaw nila malamig yung Pasko nila So gusto na medyo mainit-init yung Pasko nila. Where can they get those books? Even determined, where can they get those books?
Yeah.
Like mga hard copy,
yung YOUnique kahit na iba-iba siyang unique siya, no? But the context is really different. So malaki yung book, konti lang yung overlap niya. Yung YOUnique Youth kasi it's more on values The values na ma-instill natin sa youth. May isa akong client, they have dominated 96% of their market. So they're the largest si San Miguel. So yung beer segment nila 96%. So imagine mo, wala nang tatalo sa kanila. Second lang ang kanilang logistics sa government. So gusto mo magpadala ng beer sa Tugigaraw, ayun, kaya-kaya nila yun. Tinanong ko yung mga managers, what do you want me to talk about? Ang sagot nila sa akin, values. So yung importante kahit tayo yung number 1. Na yun yung values. Tapos yung love naman, how to love our partner the way they want to be loved. So I believe it can help them. You can check it out on Shopee in YOUnique. Publishing. YOUnique is spelled YOU. You can also go to my website. That's Jayson Lo. I'm also active on social media. You can check out Facebook, and you can message us there. Tsaka Tommy, meron din akong podcast Kaka-start lang.
Yeah.
Di pala kaka-start lang. Number 36. Kakapagod, no?
It's also
37.
nga.
But fulfilling naman. 37th episode na ako. It's called the YOUnique Life Podcast. So you can check it out. Many resources on YOUnique as well.
Anyway, siguro sa caption itatag ko na lang yung page niya, pati yung podcast and the website, kasi at least yun the books where they can get those books also. Pero available din sa Shopee. At least may idea din.
Yeah. Check nyo lang yung YOUnique Publishing. Nandun yung mga books ko lahat. Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you, Jayson, for taking your time. Especially, I haven't seen you for quite a while, and actually, naisip ko lang yung scenario, naisip ko yung libro mo because of the scenario. Especially, it's changing. It's talagang, sabi nga nila, parang the situation really changes people, and that's why it's trying to understand again. I'm trying to understand people also. Kasi dati, madali yung yung parang napansin, pero talagang the situation is different. It's learning to understand.
What's your Tommy? What's your personality? Ikaw?
Actually, by default, steady ako. By default, steady ako. And as steady collective, Tarsier and steady Carabao and collective Tarsier ako. But in some scenarios, dahil sa applied chameleon, naging naging dominant eagle din ako. But if the situation requires, kung gusto ko lang mag-SC lang, stay lang sa SC.
Pero almost equal ang SC mo? Almost equal siya? Or mataas ang malayo ang S mo?
Yung C mataas ko talaga, yung C mataas talaga sa akin yung C. Medyo maingat.
Yun ang basa ko sa'yo.
Medyo maingat ako. Nag-iingat na ako sa ko. Masyado mataas yung C ko. Yung S at D ko dumidikit na. So, dahil sa use, because of the situation, I'm forced to use the D. Pero, because of the situation lang, nag-D. Pero, high C, S and D are magkadikit.
Yeah.
So,
great,
thank you, Jayson, for the time. Actually, so visit na lang jaysonlo.com. Tama, jaysonlo.com. Jayson niya is with letter Y, jaysonlo.com. I'll just tag everything na lang. Jayson Lo, his personal page. So, yun. Especially if you are interested, also especially if you're from Ortigas or from especially companies here. Actually, he conducts training. Actually, you can book him. I guess I'll just tag everything for those who are interested. Especially dito sa Mega Plaza, maraming company dito. Maraming companies din dito. So, just in case you're
interested. Tumira ako dyan, sa Mega Plaza. We stayed there for 1 year. Grabe traffic sa Mega Plaza, no? Yung elevator.
And actually, hindi na.
Ganun pa rin na or nagdagdag na ng elevator?
Hindi na traffic. Hindi na traffic. So,
ngayon hindi na traffic.
Yun na new normal dito. Hindi na traffic. Yun na yung new normal. Wala
grabe yung dati.
Dito.
May office, yung office namin nasa Robinson's Galleria. Tapos di tatawid ka lang, di ba? From Mega Plaza. Oh my goodness. Minsan nabot ako ng 30 minutes just to get to Robinson's dahil traffic yung elevator. But ngayon wala nang problema ng ganun.
Na-experience ko din dito yung earthquake Yung papipilitan kang bumaba sa stairs. Yung earthquake, bumaba talaga ako. So it's so many experiences. Ilang earthquake na naranasan ko dito Ilang earthquake na.
Oh no.
So thank you for Jayson for your time. So
hey, you're welcome anytime, Tommy.
I hope this conversation helps. Just in case you are interested for his corporate training, or probably a bit of advice, especially determined, especially what he mentioned about 78%. Talagang with his story, actually, hindi ko na i-spoil. You would learn a lot from his story, from his book. Especially, that's a good way of learning also. Maganda rin talaga magbasa kasi inisip ko din naman na we have time especially making most of the time. Making most of the time. If you have time for social media and social media is full of politics right now and you don't like it, better avoid social media. You have time to read. There's time to read right now. So thank you for this for listening to us, and I hope you join us again soon.